Is it possible that the Russell, IWM, and IWMY are going to break out? It may. Let's talk about IWM and the Russell and see if we can find out if this thing is going to break out to the next level. This is Mike, the tactical stock scalper. All right. So, first thing you need to know about the Russell, and we're just going to say IWM for this lesson here, is that it trades in channels. And I want to show you this, okay? I have traded IWM for a very long time, years. And I want to show you this. This thing is so easy to trade in comparison to most other stocks or ETFs because it trades in channels. So as you see here, we have a lower channel right there. You see 200 and 170 roughly, or it was the bottom channel. And it stayed in that thing for like a year and a half. And it was great. I would buy at the bottom, sell at the top, go short the top, sell at the bottom. And it was just wonderful. Now, as you see here, there's many times it got through the bottom level of the channel, but always came back up. And same thing, it would sometimes creep above the top of the channel and then come back down. Well, now we have been in this middle channel for quite some time. If you follow my content, we've talked about this middle channel for a very long time. And so let's go here. Right now, we have been forming this middle channel for a couple months. So let me show you this. Right, there's the top of the middle channel. Here's the bottom of this middle channel. Right in here, right? So you can see right here is the middle channel here. And over here that we've been forming is this middle channel, right? So we are now in this middle channel. Is it going to break out and go to this upper channel up here? Well, let's kind of zoom in and look at this. So we have had periods in the past where it has broken out above the 210 level, but then quickly came back down. Now, as you see here, we are breaking out above the 210 level currently last week. Will it sell off and come back down into this channel? We don't know that. So there's a couple things here. You could be buying, if you buy IWMY Monday or the Russell or whatever, that you are buying at the very bottom of the top channel, or you could be buying at the very top of this middle channel. So let's look at this top channel here for a second to remove these drawings. Okay, so here is this top channel. And it goes from here, say, right around in here. And then a bottom channel. Well, the bottom of the upper channel, rather. Put it right in here. Oops. Get on your drawing. Right, so we can see that there's the top channel here. We could be forming this top channel. This could be the very bottom of it, but we don't know yet. We really need to let price action do all the talking. If you look at this top channel, it is a perfect Wyckoff pattern. We had a run up with consolidation, blow off top that you see up here. This is why we're not including this in the channel right there, because that was a blow off top. If you ever Google a Wyckoff formation, that is exactly what it is. So as we're looking here, we could be at the very bottom of this channel, but we really need to see what happens next week. So let's go ahead and just draw the lines again for the middle channel. I'm thinking we're going to sell off and come back down, okay? And then a lot of happy Easter comments on all my Facebook or Discord groups, which is awesome to see. So happy Easter to everyone out there today. Hope you enjoyed time with your family and your friends, as that is so important and refreshing for our souls and our mental health to do that. So we are in this middle channel, and we really need to watch this 210 level here, guys. If it's, it's broken 210. If it stays above 210, holds 210, then we are definitely forming and starting this upper channel. So for me, I'm going to have to wait. Let's kind of zoom in here on a daily time frame. So as we see there, we're getting wicks above, like we've gotten 2 of them already, and it's sold off right back into the channel, right? So we had this area here that we talked about way back then, thinking that could be a possible breakout, and it didn't happen. Then we have this one that just formed. Let me draw a line here for you. See that right there? That we just formed. We just got, and you see the long wick on there, the long seller's wick, right, that we got there on Thursday. So that could definitely just be a sign that we just got above the channel and are coming back down to the bottom of this channel. Now, there are plenty of buy opportunities for IWMY while it's been in this middle channel. And if you've watched my content, we know we've talked about the buy opportunity that came here and here 2 weeks ago, right? That was the time to buy at 200 as it came back down, couldn't break 200. That was the time to buy IWMY. Here's another time that we've bought IWMY, and that was at the 195 level. And when I buy IWMY, I obviously use the chart on IWM or the Russell. And here's another buy level. And you can feel very confident when it comes back into this channel, if it does, of buying at 200, 195, and 190, that it won't break down and go to this bottom channel that we talked about earlier. So you can feel pretty confident. Nothing is guaranteed in the stock market at all, but I buy currently, as it's been in this middle channel, I buy at 200, 195, and 190. Of my IWMY position. I don't touch it above that. Now, when there is an X date, I'll throw a little in there because the IWMY chart obviously is way different than the IWM chart. So that's where we would buy. Now, let's talk about this if it goes to the upper channel. Like I said, this could be the bottom. Okay? This could be the bottom of this upper channel, and we're going to draw it one more time for you. So this is really important that you watch this next week to see if small caps break out. Let's kind of zoom in here a little bit. Let's put this 210 line. That's really the only line we're going to need for this part here. So I would highly recommend you guys put this 210 line on your chart and watch it and see what happens here. And so if we break it, which we did, and we hold above it next week, it's looking like it could be the bottom of this upper channel, and this could be a buy opportunity. But again, we have to let price action do all the talking. I wouldn't, like me personally, it's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy. But I personally would not buy here until it proves to me that it is the bottom of this upper channel. And if it does, and if you miss this opportunity, let's just say it is, and you don't get in and it rockets up from here, when it trades in channels, you're going to have multiple opportunities. Look, this is a weekly time frame. So each candlestick represents a week. So look how many times through the course of over a year that you could have bought at the bottom of that channel, right? So if you miss this opportunity, don't freak out and don't chase it. Just let price action show you what it's going to do. But for me, I still think we're going to sell off here. I think we're going to come back down into the 200, 195, and 190 level. Let's go ahead and look at this IWMY chart for a second. And you really can't use this chart, and I want to show you why. You really can't use this chart to buy because, look, it looks totally different than the Russell. right? It just doesn't match up just because of the huge amount of dividends and just the way these dividend stocks move. So you really can't base it upon your IWMY chart. You really have to focus on literally using the IWM chart or Russell, which either one, doesn't matter, and then place your buys accordingly. And then go, okay, it's at this certain level, it's at 200 or 195 or 190 on the IWM chart. Then go ahead and, not financial advice again, then go ahead and buy your, IWMY at those levels, regardless of the price of IWMY or what this chart looks like. Now, I would always recommend buying on X date because the IWMY price is lower, right? So you see, this chart doesn't match up at all with IWM, right? It's not even close. Did you see this going up? We'll look at IWMY, right? So you see there's contrasting styles here, and that's just the nature of these dividend stocks, particularly when they have a super high dividend like this. I believe this is just a great ETF, the IWMY stock, because it's so easy to trade. You know exactly when to buy IWMY if you put your levels on your chart. It makes it super easy. If you enjoyed the content, maybe press the like button. If you really like the content, maybe consider subscribing. This is Mike, the Tax